What's up everybody, this is Ven, and today we will not be going over a particular mock. Today I will actually be making a couple of acknowledgements, and I will also be talking about some revisions that I will be making to the MOC Spotlight going forward. Now, I've always been aware that the MOC Spotlight hasn't exactly been the most perfectly received video series on our channel. There's been a good amount of positive feedback as well as a good amount of negative feedback. And I will let it be known right now, I do actually appreciate receiving both. Not only does it tell me what I'm doing right, it tells me what I am doing wrong. And I'd like to think that I've implemented a lot of what I've learned into the videos that I continue to make. You see, MOC Spotlight has been going on for about 2 years, and it is very likely for me to have changed my perspective about some things. But when some of you guys leave comments like this, how is that supposed to help me? I want it to be clear, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to suddenly stop making these videos because people disagree with me. If you disagree or dislike my presentation or my opinions to such a substantial degree, you're better off not watching these videos. You're not doing yourself any favors, you're not doing me any favors, and you're not doing anybody else any favors. But if you do feel like you have some sort of actual constructive criticism to leave about my reviews, feel free to leave those comments. I will pay attention to them. The comments I don't really pay much mind to are these kinds, because I don't know what to take from that. Ven, you suck. Okay, sure. Ven, you should make your videos shorter. Oh, I guess I can see that. Maybe 10 minutes is a little bit too long. See? Here's the difference. One just tells me I suck for no particular reason. The other presents an actual problem and a reasonable solution to the problem. Now, I never really thought about bringing all this up because I never felt that it was necessary until recently when a couple of interesting developments came to my attention. Some of you may already know what I'm talking about, and I'm just gonna flat out address the big pink elephant in the room. The review on Vatu created and posted by the one and the only Tyrigsis, or as some of you know her as Brie. And it's interesting because I do remember that when the video was released, there was a significant amount of negative feedback, which I tried my best to keep up with and respond to promptly. Now, this was already interesting at the time because some people decided to make very personal accusations and overall just overtly defending the MOC, attacking my own ability to MOC, and overall just making it out to be as if I just did not know what I was talking about at all. Like there was just no valid opinions that I made in that video. Apparently it was too negative and too harsh. And I thought after about a week that was the end of it. Maybe after I had responded to these people they would have gotten over it. No, that did not happen. Now, I approached the MOC Spotlight from a general audience perspective. For some reason, some of you guys have expressed that you have an expectation of me to perform some sort of extensive research on the MOCs that I critique, and I honestly I don't get where you guys are coming from. I take what is presented to me in the topic where I find the MOCs, and that is primarily what I use in the video. So if there's a description of the MOC that is in the topic, if there's a link to a gallery or any sort of little detail like that, I will acknowledge it in the video. So if there's something that I supposedly missed, chances are it just was not in the topic. And I see no reason why I should have to go out of my way to dig deeper past what is already right there in front of me. We're spotlighting MOCs, not origin stories. Those are a nice bonus, but that's not what the series is about. I don't go out of my way to know these builders on a personal level or anything like that. Part of the reason why I don't look into who I am reviewing is so that I can maintain an unbiased opinion. Again, these videos are not intended to be a personal attack on anybody. I had actually met Brie at the Brick Fair convention. I had no idea that she had felt so strongly about the video. It was the first time I had met Brie in person. I don't know if she went to Brick Fair the year before, but this is definitely the first time I had ever met her, and I had asked her what she thought of the review, to which she responded that she disliked it. And so we talked about the MOC in question because she had it at Brick Fair, and as we talked about the video, we also began to talk about how difficult it is to judge another person's creation just based on photos. I actually held that MOC in my hands and I literally thought, wow, this is way better than I remember it. And from that, I felt compelled to offer her a new video. I offered that we make a video together at Brick Fair talking about the MOC, talking about the spotlight, and talking about what I think of it now that it's in my hands. I even offered her to critique my MOCs, and I said pretty much word for word, feel free to take a crap on them as you wish. At that point, we had shook on it, and it seemed like things were good to go, but unfortunately, the video was not created, and I learned shortly after that there was a lot of talk behind the scenes. Apparently, that video came across as a very personal attack to not only Brie, but also her circle of friends. And this was honestly fascinating because I just don't recall saying anything in that video that would come across as harsh or mean or insulting, really. First off, I'm gonna say that this MOC has a really cool looking silhouette. He's kinda demonic. He's got these horns on his head, he's got 2 sets of wings, and he's bulky. Like, he looks like he can mess you up. He's green. Another thing I don't think really works that well is the cloth piece that is on his right shoulder in some of these pictures. Like, I don't know, it looks like it would be cool if it was pulled off better, I guess, because if you look at the waist area, there's a piece of cloth here and it looks way better and way more suited for this portion of the MOC than this thing on his shoulder. It's a solid build, it keeps the figure standing up, he's got all this articulation, even articulated fingers. He can still hold his weapons with these articulated fingers too. Like, usually that's pretty hard to pull off, but this is done excellently. I don't know how. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, I still think it's a pretty cool figure. It looks very much inspired, and I have no doubt that the builder actually had some good ideas going into it. I just think that the execution definitely could have been pulled off way better. I'll give you this though, since this is apparently the 9th iteration of this MOC, that I appreciate the constant and consistent improvements over the previous iterations. Because if you look at Vatu version 8.2, this guy, he looks kinda cool, but I definitely prefer the newer iteration. It's impressive, honestly. So I just gotta say, next iteration, if you plan on doing one, I hope you do, because I'm a sucker for seeing MOCs update and progress to looking cooler than they already looked. I rewatched the video, and the rest of the TTV crew rewatched the video as well, and there wasn't anything about it that we could pinpoint that came across as hostile or anything that would be insulting to the creator. Sure, I made a good bit of critiques, but I was trying to be supportive the whole time, and I guess the message didn't really go through. But it seems like the roots of all this was the score, which was left at a 20 out of 30, mostly due to little things I didn't like about the MOC's appearance. With that said, I would like to go ahead and just apologize to anybody who may have felt insulted or offended by the MOC Spotlight reviews. I do not intend to personally attack anybody. If anything, I try my best to leave positive feedback and critique. Even if it doesn't seem like it's positive, the possibilities when it comes to building is endless, and I want people to be reminded of that. So in conclusion, the MOC Spotlight will no longer feature a point system. I feel that it's been misinterpreted so many times that people have just completely missed the point of the content of the videos. It could also be that I did not make the point clear enough, and I will take that into consideration. I feel that despite whatever sort of commentary I leave on a particular MOC, if I leave it with a particular scoring that does not rub people the right way, it would completely change a person's perspective on what I am trying to say. I always feel that I can improve on the delivery of my critiques, and honestly, I see this as just another step forward. This is the one step I'm going to take to hopefully improve the viewing experience for you guys, and this is all I'm going to do. Now, if you do feel that somehow I have personally attacked you or offended you in any sort of way, please feel free to message me about it. Tweet at me, @TheNotoriousVen. Send me a message. I'd give out my email, but I can already tell that if I did, I would just receive a lot of Ven sucks. But please, I do encourage you to reach out to me if you feel that I have been unfair to you or your own creation in any sort of way. I would be more than willing to talk with you about it, maybe discuss it or debate it. We'll see how it goes. And depending on the situation, much like how I tried with Brie, I would probably offer to redact my prior statements and create a new video and give you a much more fair critique. that goes for you too, Brie. You can come talk to me and we can discuss things like adults, or you can continue to let your friends speak for you. But after graduating high school some time ago, I feel that I can tell you straight up that method is not very efficient. I like to think that the community is more than capable of holding a civil conversation about a bunch of plastic toys. To some of you guys, it may seem more than just plastic toys. Obviously, some of you are passionate about your creations, and I respect that. Feel free to communicate your passion for your MOCs in a way that does not instigate a sort of flame war. And that's not directed at anyone in particular. This goes for everybody. I've seen a lot of you guys starting arguments on the message boards, and I just don't get it. There are people I actually have met at Brick Fair who have told me straightforward that they don't feel comfortable on the message boards anymore because there is so much hostility. I do not want to promote that. That is not what my videos are going to be about. That is not what this channel is going to be about. And that's not what a community of artists should be about. I'm making my move to reform the MOC Spotlight to hopefully promote more positive thinking when it comes to all this. Please, make your move. And with all that said, that really is it. As always, leave your feedback in the comments below. If you feel that I need to make a sort of clarification about any sort of points I made in this video, by all means, bring it up in the comments. Spread the word, spread the message. If people think I suck, they'll probably be intrigued to learn why I suck. That's all for now, so thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. I'll see you all next time.